the first deployment I ever had was off the back of a workshop from a company called Whirly, which is now known as Alacrity. Um, you know, had it not been for me going to a workshop and getting the chance to immediately do a call center gig, I would have never had it. Having said that, what I didn't have that y'all have is a bunch of training. So I really, so, with the success that other students have had going through this program, is it necessary for you to do it? No. But having said that, here's another thing I do too. I go through trainings, or I haven't really exercised this in a while, but man, I'll go through trainings as just for a trip, because you can kind of make it okay. For example, towards the beginning of every year, there's a big, a reasonably large convention. You guys may or may not have heard of called NACA,
Echo. Yep.
NACA. Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of classes go on there and stuff like that. Man, in the position I'm in, when I look at those classes, none of them have any freaking value to me. But what it would have for me is an opportunity to get in front of some of these companies, and start doing my thing. And just talking to them, making friends with them, and all that sort of stuff. And it's also a trip to Vegas that I can say is an ordinary business expense. So there's a little bit of that factor going on there. Now that's for that. Now, then you have companies, you mentioned Pilot. Here's the thing with Pilot. I've been doing this over 10 years. I've worked with, I don't know how many companies at this point, somewhere probably like 100 different companies over the years. I've never worked for Pilot. And the big reason why I haven't worked for Pilot is Pilot is big on the big company, on the big insurance companies, or State Farms, your Pilot, or your State Farms, your all states. All right. Those companies suck to work with. State Farm, when you're State Farm, you're not allowed to do anything else. You're just doing State Farm, and that which is completely contradictory to anybody that wants to be an independent,
Right.
really, because you're just codependent on them, but no securities from being an employee. And Allstate, they have the freaking book inspired by Allstate. I mean, Allstate is that if there is any one insurance company that can be blamed for the terrible reputation that insurance adjusters have, it's Allstate. And they pay garbage. So, and I think Pilot is the number one company that Allstate leans on. Now, Pilot also has a lot of like low cost, possibly free training programs that are there. I don't know if you find something that maybe sounds like it's of value to you, absolutely take it. But I would not bother trying to get in front of them really. Because here's the thing, like companies like Pilot, they're going to give you that free training. They're going to teach you how to do it, but they're going to do that so that they can like transition you in to working for one of their low paying companies, because they target new adjusters right out the gate. You know, Going through this program, you should not have to, rely on that. Like I said earlier with the whole scoping thing, take what comes your way, but I wouldn't chase after it too hard, if that makes sense. Here's the thing, once you get into that final week, right? And we go into the marketing thing, you're going to be starting to get your name on the list of all these different companies, and all these companies have email lists and all that sort of stuff. So they're going to send you marketing stuff anyway. If they're
Okay.
hosting some class, if there's some event, some of these claims companies will have their own little tiny convention that they'll put on. Or they'll be a part of a larger convention and they'll say, hey, come visit us at booth, 148, this next weekend, or whatever it is. So don't worry about that too much. You're going to get those in your inbox.